Hello, TikTok. I just got home after being in the hospital for 3 days after surgery. Doing pretty good, in some pain. Happy to be home. I have a story to tell, though. I don't think that I can do it right now, but I do think that there are people out here that might need to hear the story. And so there will be a story time with Kira Hysterectomy edition coming soon. But I did want to let everybody know that the surgery went well and that I am home and I'm not doing too bad right here, right now. Thank you for all the prayers and the well wishes, and I'll talk to you guys later. Good afternoon, and welcome back to Storytime with Kira. I'll probably have a few story times in a row based on the medical things that have been going on with me recently. I just wanted to be able to put a story out there that's a little bit different than the ones that are out there currently. If you look up hysterectomy, which is the surgery that I just had, a total hysterectomy, if you look those surgeries up and you watch the videos of the women that honestly I was very appreciative of, most of them are based from a laparoscopic point of view, and there's some of us like me who just cannot do the laparoscopic surgery. And so the surgery ends up being a lot worse than it's portrayed in the videos that are out there right now. And sometimes you may still feel like, wow, is there anybody out there that understands what I'm going through? Because that's kind of how I felt. Even though, it's amazing to have videos out there, period, of just women explaining their experience so that you can kind of know what to expect. But sometimes you do need that different point of view that points to special circumstances like mine. So, I recently, exactly a week ago, got a total hysterectomy that consisted of uterus removal, fallopian tubes removal, and cervix removal. My ovaries were left in so that I don't go into early menopause, which causes all kinds of other issues. And I'm sorry I keep pausing, but there's so much noise going on outside my window right now. Now, because it's 2023, most surgeries like this are done laparoscopically, which you end up, I believe, with like 2 or 3 holes in your belly area for the camera to go in and the tools to go in. And you pretty much go home that same night from the hospital. You don't even have to stay overnight. It's a minimally invasive surgery, I believe. Well, I had 4 C-sections. I also had multiple miscarriages, which made me need a D&C. I also had what is it called? An ablation of my uterus, which basically means they burn your uterine walls to try to just stop the process of monthly cycles. But because of the surgeries that I have had in my abdominal area, that caused a serious buildup of internal scar tissue. And I see that my video is already 3 minutes long, so I will continue to try to explain everything to you in the next video and hopefully get it out faster than I did in this one. See you later. So as I was saying in my previous video, I am currently at home healing from a total abdominal hysterectomy. And I just wanted to be able to kind of give my perspective of, what to expect, why I had to have this surgery, what happened during, after, just the whole thing, just so you can get a little bit of a different perspective that maybe will help you if you have this situation come. So, I'll take you back a little bit. I have been suffering from like extreme anemia for years now. I've had blood transfusions, iron infusions, iron supplements, a uterine ablation, been on birth control pills, any and everything that you can imagine to just try to preserve my hemoglobin and ferritin, which is your iron storage that your body holds. Mine has been dangerously low, life-threateningly low, and after trying everything under the sun that just really did not work for me, we settled on a hysterectomy. On top of the problem with anemia, I do have chronic pain. We don't know the cause of all the chronic pain, but we did attribute a lot of it to spinal issues that I have. But I have had pelvic pain, and I have also had kidney stones, and I've had kidney stone surgery. And so sometimes it's very confusing to figure out what pain is coming from where and why and all that other stuff. But I do suffer from abdominal pain, pelvic pain, very, very, very heavy periods, um, and things like that. So we planned on doing the surgery laparoscopically because that's how they do it now. I was told I'd be able to go home the same day. It would be relatively easy. It would be about a 4 to 6 week healing period, which honestly I don't have time for because I just started a very demanding job that I love and don't want to lose. But my life and my health is very important because my girls and people that love me do need me around. At the last minute, upon reviewing a lot of my health records and things that I told them about my experiences in New Jersey and Alabama, they decided to change the surgery to full abdominal hysterectomy, which basically is exactly the same thing as having a C-section, except instead of pulling out a baby, they're pulling out your uterus and whatever other parts they're removing. I apologize because I can see now that these videos, there are going to be many of them and they're going to be kind of long because I do want to be able to go into detail about specific things just in case it's something that someone needs to hear that's watching this video. So I'm going to cut it short here and pick up where I left off in video number 3. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning. I wanted to continue with my story time. I'm having a really, really rough day. This is day 8 post-surgery. I had a full hysterectomy, abdominal hysterectomy. I believe the last thing I spoke on was my surgery being changed actually from being laparoscopic to being abdominal. And it's because I've had 4 C-sections, a DNC, and a couple other things going on that created way too much scar tissue to try to do the surgery laparoscopically. I'm going to say good morning again because I started that video a couple days ago. I have since been to the ER and found out that I have a post-op infection. I've been in a lot of pain and just not having very good days. I actually didn't even get treated in the ER because I sat there for hours and hours and hours crying my eyes out in pain, and I have a pretty high tolerance for pain. And so if I've ever cried from pain, it was from when I had 11 kidney stones or a really, really, really bad toothache, or from when I was going septic and some of my organs were infected. Other than that, Like, I'm pretty good with pain. And so I was very upset and insulted by the fact that they just walked past me repeatedly, letting me sit in that waiting room, crying my eyes out, clearly in pain. Like, other sick patients were trying to come over and help me. That's how bad it was. So I know this turned into a whole different video, but I said I'm gonna just show y'all the real things that could happen from this surgery. Um, um, so I sat there long enough to allow them to draw my blood for testing because I knew that that was necessary. And pretty much after the 3 hours it took them to draw my blood, so that was me calling the doctor for a phone appointment. A nurse calling me back and saying to go into a doctor's office right away. So I go to the doctor's office. I'm sitting there in their waiting room. I see the doctor. I see the nurse. I wait for the doctor to check me. She checks me. She sends me to the emergency room. She calls ahead to let them know she's sending me to the emergency room because she's concerned. I get there. Nothing happens besides them asking me what hurts, who I'm there with. I was there with nobody because we have small kids. So anytime I'm in the hospital, I'm by myself. I said the thing that hurts the most is to sit for long periods of time. So they sat me in the waiting room for 3 hours before even taking my blood when the doctor sent me there because she was concerned about me having an infection. So this is a whole other story that I'm probably going to end up telling a little bit because this video is very long right now. But if you're still watching, I appreciate it, and I will be back. But I've been in a little bit too much pain to make videos. So love you guys. Let me just start off by saying that this is like the third time I tried to make this video. The first time I cried all the way through it because I was in pain. And the second time, my girls decided that it was okay to start screaming like banshees while I was in the middle of making a video because they have a day off school today. So I'm trying one more time. So I wanted to just come and say that I am 13 days post-op. So about 8 days post-op, I started having really, really bad rectal pain, and really, really bad bladder pain. And then it just kind of made it seem like my whole midsection was like on fire because all the pain was coming from places in that area. We know I went to the ER. I left. They pissed me off. And then I went back because they kept calling me and calling me and calling me because my blood work showed that I had an infection. So they were afraid for my life. So I waited a while because it was just a lot, but it did end up going back to the ER. After giving me a CT scan, they admitted me for the weekend. I apparently have one small kidney stone in one kidney and then multiple kidney stones, with the biggest one being 5 millimeters in my other kidney, and an infection in my pelvic region, and swelling pretty much everywhere else down there. My bladder, just everything was swollen. It was just a hot mess. So I was released, and I explained that I needed gas meds, stool softener, pain meds, antibiotics, and then I would be comfortable going home because they did ask me. She said, okay, no problem. And then when I went to go pick up my meds from the pharmacy, there was a very, very strong antibiotic, which I definitely appreciate, and 325 milligram Tylenol. I get it. There's like a whole opioid crisis. I promise, I get it. But y'all, I was interrupted by my phone ringing, and now I have absolutely no idea where I was when I was talking. But I don't know. I don't want to really repeat anything. I will just say, if your doctor tells you to take 6 weeks after a surgery, take 6 weeks if you don't want to end up back in the ER in pain with an infection. I know my videos have been really long and I have more to come. And I just appreciate those of you that actually do stay and watch the whole video and respond and like and share and comment. Thanks so much, because it just shows me that there are people that care. You guys have a good day.